NHRA World Final. The Chicago patrol car, driven by Pat Foster, sponsored by a police organization in the city of Chicago. In the far lane, from California, Gary Cochran driving Jim Terry's Mustang. And on this run, you see a good example of the safety requirements of the National Hot Rod Association and the trackside crew of Axel Weber's safety caravan as Jim Terry and Gary Cochran up in flames. They cross the finish line. The body's starting to catch on fire as you see the dark black smoke starting to pour off the car. The body comes off the car as he gets into the dirt. Pat Foster right in behind him. The safety caravan crew rolling to the scene. You see Gary Cochran getting out of the car under his own power. Welcome to Ontario Motor Speedway and the NHRA World Finals of Drag Racing. In funny car throughout the year, the 43-race series, Don Prudhomme, having an outstanding year, annexing the World Championship title before we ever got to the World Finals. That's the way they stand points-wise. Let's see how they do on the race.
The youngest professional drag racers, former Summer Nationals champ, and certainly one of the really strong runners here at this World Championship.
Well, Dave, we all feel real good. The crew and I worked on the car last night. Everything is tip-top shape. We didn't hurt anything to speak of yesterday. We nibbled one little piston, which we expected. We put an awful big high speed in it to get that mile an hour. We won't be going for high mile an hour today. We're going to concentrate on winning the race, and I feel confident that I have as good a chance as anybody here.
Don Prudhomme winning 5 of 7 national events already this year. An incredible record going up against Raymond Beadle, the man he lost to in the finals at the Nationals. Don Prudhomme already the quickest car here at the World Finals. Raymond Beadle the second quickest. Let's see how they do. Leaving the line together, but look at Don Prudhomme. Tremendous time for Don the Snake Prudhomme, ladies and gentlemen, 5.98 seconds. 5.98 seconds for Don Prudhomme. That's the first 5-second time ever recorded by a funny car in the history of drag racing. His speed, 237 miles an hour. Raymond Beadle losing with a 634, shutting it off at 191, knowing there's no chance to catch the Snake. So the Snake goes into the finals against Denny Savage, setting for the first time in history the first funny car ever in the fives.
Congratulations to you. You backed up the 241. You've now got the record at that, and the World Championship, the title here at this event. A great show.
Well, I got to say thank you very much, but I can't think of a finer operation NHRA to run at a fine facility like this, like Ontario Raceway. It's probably got to be the best racetrack in the whole entire world.
Congratulations to you, Don. Wally Parks.
That's just beautiful.
Thank
I think you already know how proud we are of you. Everything that you've done here today just wrapped it all up beautiful.
Well, thank you very much, Wally. Thank you.
Get your congratulations from your crew. Modified eliminator as we work our way through the categories. Modified meaning just what it says. More modifications to those basic stock type cars. We've gone through stock eliminator, then super stock, now modified. The Chevy Corvette. Lee Shepard, the Rare and Morrison team from Arlington, Texas, against Bruce Sizemore and the Ford Pinto. The Pinto powered by the 6-cylinder engine, the quicker of the two cars, as the V8 of Lee Shepard, a very heavy car. He'll get the head start over the Pinto. Good starts in both lanes. And Bruce Sizemore just nipping Lee Shepard at the finish, 974 to elude. Top Fuel Eliminator, the only race remaining at this 1975 NHRA World Finals here at Ontario Motor Speedway. And this man has a lot riding on it. He has already publicly announced that he will retire at the end of the 1975 season if he does two things. If he sets the record at 250 miles an hour, he has already done that, and if he wins the World Championship. He is one race away from doing that. Don Garlitz of Tampa, Florida, to meet up against Herm Peterson in the final of Top Fuel Eliminator. As the sun slowly sinking into the Pacific here in Ontario, California, Herm Peterson coming towards the starting line. Peterson from Paulsbo, Washington, the comeback story of drag racing. Severely burned in a fire a couple of years ago. Herm Peterson jumped right back in the cockpit about 6 months later. His comment, well, if I were a house painter and I fell off a ladder and broke my leg, I'd go back to painting houses. I'm a race driver. This is the finals for Top Fuel Eliminator. Don Garlett's the first man ever to run 250 miles an hour. Put it together for a national record here. He also is the quickest man ever at 5.63 seconds. His matchup here against Herm Peterson in the final could lead to a total of some $38,000 in winnings for Don Garlett, all of it riding on this run. If he wins the World Championship, that's $20,000 in bonus money. If he wins the event title, that is some $18,000 in cash and contingency, all to one man, Don Garlett of Tampa, Florida. A career spanning 25 years, from the very starts of the streets and abandoned airports back in the mid-50s to today's highly sophisticated and ultra-fine racing plants like Ontario Motor Speedway. Don Garlett, at the end of a long, long season, up against Herm Peterson. The nod of the head, they say they're ready. They'll be concentrating on this device, the Christmas tree. One amber light, then green, and the race is on. The final race of this 1975 World Finals at Ontario Motor Speedway. There is no question about it. The class of the field at this event, 5.74 seconds, 247.93 miles an hour. Big Daddy Don Garlett, your world champion for 1975. Don Garlett defeated Bob Struckness. Here we see the quarterfinal replay of the action as Dale Funk, pictured here, matched up against Don Garlett. Garlett previously had gone 5.63 seconds in qualifying, the quickest time ever. You must back that up under NHRA's rules within 1% to have it stand as a national record. Don Garlett meeting Dale Funk here in the quarterfinal round. Garlett's never headed 5.65 seconds, the second quickest time in the history. That backs up his 5.63.